Circadian Technologies is one of Australia's most exciting and promising biotechnology companies working in the area of antibody therapies for the treatment of cancer. Antibody therapeutics are a major global opportunity, offering the potential to dramatically improve patient care and quality of life. Leveraging its extensive intellectual property assets, strong financial reserves and an outstanding management team, Circadian is in an excellent position to advance its cancer drugs in development and emerge as a globally competitive player in the creation of improved cancer treatments.
Circadian is Australia's oldest listed biotechnology company. In our 25 years, we've listed a number of companies on the Australian Stock Exchange and they continue to perform very well. Currently, Circadian is a drug development company focused on developing antibodies for the treatment of cancer. Our central focus is based on developing anti-antagonist or blocking molecules to two proteins known as VEGF-C or VEGF-D so that we can inhibit tumour growth and tumour spread.
Well, the anti-angiogenic therapy for cancer is based on the process of angiogenesis, which is the growth of blood vessels. It's a normal process, a natural process, and tumours stimulate the growth of blood vessels towards the cancer to facilitate growth of the tumour because the tumour requires nutrients and so on. But importantly, the presence of blood vessels in the tumour also facilitates the spread of cancer as tumour cells enter the blood vessels and spread to distant sites in the body. This is the so-called metastatic process that is so lethal for patients. So with an anti-angiogenic approach to cancer, we're blocking the growth of blood vessels into the tumour with a view to restricting tumour growth and spread. One of the advantages of an anti-angiogenic approach is that it can be used to treat many different cancers, possibly all cancers, because virtually all cancers attract the growth of blood vessels. It's important for their biology.
Unlike many classical chemotherapies, Circadian's pipeline consists of a number of novel biological agents that are highly targeted in their action. As a consequence of this, we would expect that the side effect profile observed with our agents would be significantly less than what we see with classical chemotherapies.
Like normal organs of the body, cancerous tumours require a significant blood supply to provide oxygen and nutrients. Without such a blood supply, the tumour is unable to grow and develop. Tumours stimulate blood flow by secreting factors that bind to receptors on nearby blood vessels. Two important factors of this type are called vascular endothelial growth factor C and vascular endothelial growth factor D, also called VEGF-C and VEGF-D. The binding of these factors to their receptor, called VEGFR3, causes the blood vessels to develop and allows the tumour to grow. These same factors also bind to VEGFR3 on lymphatic vessels, stimulating their expansion. The growth of these lymphatic vessels provides an easy route for tumour cells to migrate away from the tumour and lodge in distant sites in the body. This process, known as metastasis, is often the direct cause of cancer mortality. Circadian's drugs in development act by binding to and inhibiting VEGF-C and VEGF-D. This reduces blood flow to the tumour, essentially starving it of oxygen and required nutrients. Tumour cells are inhibited from spreading through the lymphatic vessels.
The patient is the most important person that we should be focused on. If we develop drugs in the cancer field as opposed to other fields, we know if we're successful, we can have an impact in a relatively short amount of time compared to other therapeutic classes.
I think it's fair to say that the monoclonal antibodies constitute the most rapidly growing class of anti-cancer therapeutics.
Well, right now, the antibody market, which covers things not just in cancer, but rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis, is about close to $100 billion today. People expect it to be about $400 to $500 billion in 10 years' time.
Circadian's most therapeutic advanced product is VGX-100, an antibody to the VEGF-C protein. It commenced phase 1 clinical trials in cancer patients in January 2012 and is expected to commence phase 2 studies in cancer patients around mid-2013. It is also expected to commence clinical trials to treat eye disease around mid-2013. In addition, Circadian products are under development by Circadian's partners. Eli Lilly, one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, is developing an antibody to VEGFR3 under license from Circadian.
VGX100 has shown very promising early evidence of activity in a number of different preclinical mouse tumour models. Amongst these we see anti-tumour activity in models of prostate and breast cancer, as well as in glioblastoma.
VGX100 is incredibly exciting. It's a molecule that blocks a protein called VEGF-C. A lot of people in the academic and scientific literature have shown that VEGF-C is heavily involved in tumour growth and, more importantly, tumour spread. The fact that we've got an antibody blocker that can block both growth and spread, we think gives us a very exciting possibility for making better therapies.
There's good evidence that blocking the VEGFR3 pathway could be beneficial for treating prevalent eye diseases and possibly also a range of inflammatory disorders, including arthritis and psoriasis.
Well, right now, the simple message is Circadian is so undervalued for what we've got that we're a tremendous opportunity. Part of that reason is because the market hasn't caught on with our transformation from what we've been to what we are. We've got great technology in a very hot space. We've got a great partnership with academic groups like the Ludwig Institute. We've put together a tremendous management team and advisory board over the last 2 or 3 years. But more importantly, we've already got cash flows coming into the business. Altogether, we're a compelling opportunity. Our job is to continue to get the market to understand that, and when they do, we will be valued much more highly than we are today.
Circadian aims to deliver superior shareholder returns by being a world-class drug development company producing therapeutics for cancer and other serious diseases. Circadian possesses an extensive set of patents in the field of cancer drug development, a strong product pipeline and a sound financial position as a base for future growth. Circadian is run by some of the most experienced and successful people in the Australian biotechnology industry, whose past roles have included positions with industry leaders including Amgen, Genentech, Glaxo Wellcome, Schering and Sanofi Aventis. Together, they can make a difference to cancer research. Circadian's new direction is the direction for the future of cancer drugs.